El Tour is so very much more than just a ride. It is an involvement in our community, a growth and a commitment to our community for all aspects. 2 or 3 years ago, we had the ability to start really asking ourselves the hard questions and having the hard conversations. And they're hard conversations to have because when you aren't every day in a world where you have to worry about adapting to your passion to be able to participate, you don't even know the right language to use. You don't know the right words, and I didn't know the right words. And when you start asking the question, and here's some hard answers, how do you expect us to participate if you don't even have a place for us to park where we can get there easily? And I'm like, light bulb on. This is how you include your entire community. And so many of these riders are heroes. They are heroes because they have a passion and they're going to pursue it in spite of odds that the majority of us never even think about.
Here in Tucson and really for El Tour, I think Southern Arizona Adaptive Sports does a fantastic job to help disabled riders or disabled athletes get out and do this because they are so inclusive. Whether it's a physical ailment, a mental, whatever it may be, I think they just do a great job. And the directors of El Tour help so much as well, just to make sure that we've got a safe route and they help us out anytime on the road.
The nice thing about El Tour de Tucson is there's a place for everyone. And if we break down some of those barriers that some of these challenge athletes have, they're okay to come out and ride in El Tour de Tucson. We welcome them. And you could just see the smiles on their faces as they rolled out that they're going to have a great day. From day one, when we start planning this thing out, is it accessible for all?
El Tour is 40 years old, and in its history, it's raised $110 million for nonprofits. Just last year, $5 million. And what's amazing is that a lot of the 10,000 or so people who will be doing El Tour this year don't really understand that El Tour itself is a nonprofit and gives a platform to nonprofits like any that serve adaptive athletes or youth development can come here and raise funds for their organization.
El Tour de Tucson is unique. It's provided leadership. How do we get better every year? How do we accommodate people with disabilities? And it's, as far as I know, it's the only real hand cycling program where you can actually raise money for nonprofits and join the other bike riders and get the awareness out to the community at large, because people come from around the world to do El Tour.
I'm really fresh into cycling. I've won all these national titles and I've won a lot of races this year, but this is the first year I've watched the Tour de France. This is the first time I've actually watched the sport of cycling and watching it develop and watching it grow. And what El Tour is doing is phenomenal. Their organization's great. Their race is amazing.
A couple buddies and I last few years have done the 102 miler. It's a long day on the bike, but it's enjoyable. The friends that I've met on the bike, the community of hand cycling overall has just met some of my lifelong friends and people that are closest to me.
The last year I've trained, rode consistently. I've got over 350 miles in training. So I'm looking to have 500 miles completed this year, and 32 of those miles will be in the El Tour. It's so important to be part of a community where I feel connection and support.
The people I am around are so great and encouraging and supportive, and it's a real fun team to be with. I've enjoyed it immensely. I've signed up for the 32 miles and I've already done my 32 miles, so I feel like I'm ready and excited about being a part of this.
We've got lanes available, we've got places for them to get ready for the ride and get to the starting line with dignity. And you know what? An athlete is an athlete, and I'm excited to be able to see the joy that happens.
So we want to make sure that we're welcoming, we're accessible, that they get here, have a good time, and get home safe.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I think that's the exciting part about working with El Tour. We've appreciated your vision for doing that. We think that when our community is more accessible for everybody and everybody has an equal chance to participate, then our community is stronger with everyone.
It's so much fun to be out and be involved in the community and with team sports. I'm so inspired by my fellow athletes They show up and they have such a great attitude.
Hand cycling has changed my life, and I don't know what I would do without it.
It's just an amazing thing. Tucson is rapidly becoming the #1 destination for people with adaptive sports, and we're really glad El Tour supports that mission of being inclusive and welcoming to all people despite their abilities or disabilities.
El Tour as a race, but also as a completion event, really does shape people's lives experience.
You have to either change with the times and adapt and move forward, or you're not the same entity. So we did that. It's been a crazy ride, and now it seems that the sky is the limit.